Danny Garcia versus Jose Benavidez Jr., the prediction. Knuckleheads, I love this fight, right? Got to give you my thoughts on this fight first and foremost. I love this fight. These are two guys, first and foremost, you know they're coming to fight. So that's why this is a good fight, first and foremost. Second, it's Puerto Rico versus Mexico. I know the Benavidez' mom is Ecuadorian. But this is Puerto Rico versus Mexico. And anytime you put Puerto Rico and Mexico in an all-Latino showdown in the ring, you're going to get fireworks, guys. Trust me on that one. I love it. I've seen it in person. And I can't wait to see this one. And, these guys have earned their stripes. I would say for sure Danny Garcia has earned the boxing community's respect with all the people he's fought and all the time he's put in the game. Jose Benavidez Jr. as well. But Danny Garcia, you guys, is a solidified, boxing OG. I mean, it's hard to say it, right? Considering he's still sort of in his early 30s. What is he, like 34 or something? But this guy has been around as a pro boxer since 2007. I mean, that is 15 years of fighting. It's been 10 years since this man fought Amir Khan. Do you guys believe that? I mean, wow. It's making me feel old just thinking about it. And Jose Benavidez has been around a long time too, since back in 2010 when he debuted as a pro. So neither are a spring chicken as far as the odometer is concerned in boxing, especially. And both have earned a good, lucrative fight, and I'm glad they're making this fight. The other thing, and this is something Roy Jones brought up, right? I love Roy Jones, by the way. This is something he brought up. He's brilliant. He said that, they're probably going up to 154 for this fight. Now, we all know that they don't really belong at 154. But they're probably going up to 154 at this fight because Charlo's probably going to vacate, right? I mean, what's left to do? He's conquered 154 pounds. Maybe he decides to go to 160. He creates a vacuum. Who takes power at that point once the kingdom has been vacated? So, a great opportunity for both of these guys. Great opportunity for Danny Garcia, to add another division, to his trophy case. And same for Benavidez Jr., great opportunity. So I like this fight, man. I think these guys are going to come to fight. I think these guys are going to bang it out. That being said, though, I've looked back at their, past few performances, and I do think both of them are at the twilight of their career, definitely. I mean, they're definitely at the tail end. Danny Garcia, the Danny Garcia that fought Errol Spence Jr., the Danny Garcia that fought Sean Porter, the Danny Garcia that fought Keith Thurman, that's not the Danny Garcia that fought Lucas Matisse. That's not the Danny Garcia that even fought Amir Khan, right? So even though he's not old, I feel like he's just got a lot of mileage on the odometer, guys. Again, 2007 is when he debuted as a pro fighter. So, he's in the tail end of his career. And I think this is a good kind of way to close out his career, fighting at a bit of a higher weight so he doesn't have to cut weight. He's a strong guy. And even if he's not strong compared to the natural guys at 154 pounds, Benavidez is not a natural 154-pounder himself. He's moving up too. And so I think the power will carry. Benavidez, Benavidez is a bit more of a wild card for me, right? Because, again, the performance against Crawford for me was just so brave. I mean, he looked so amazing in that fight, and it saddens me that he decided to get into extracurriculars, we'll call them, outside of boxing that, ended up getting him shot and compromised his mobility. I mean, look, his mobility was compromised in that fight against Crawford. Not taking any credit away from Crawford, but it just is what it is. And we saw him in his last fight against Torres, and he was definitely compromised there. I mean, that was maybe a gift decision in a lot of people's eyes when Benavidez got the majority draw in that fight. So, this is a guy who, if he could have stayed out of the street, maybe could have gone even further than his brother. A lot of people were touting him over his brother on the way up. This guy's definitely a talented guy, and with one leg, I mean, he gave Terrence Crawford fits, in my opinion. I thought that was a great fight until Crawford finished him. Will he be able, he's a wild card, will he be able to put it together for a good performance. Didn't look good last time. Looked good against Crawford, but didn't look good last time. And his leg looked even stiffer. He looked even stiffer. You know, this guy is not active enough and has to be doing something about that leg for me to give him a chance in this fight against Danny Garcia. And, you know, Danny has just a much better resume, you guys. I mean, listen, he's fought Errol Spence. He's fought Amir Khan. He's fought, you know, Sean Porter. He's fought Keith Thurman. He's fought, man, Kendall Holt. You know, he's fought everybody. Lucas Matisse. So, just on the experience front, you know, I think Garcia just has a way better resume. He's just been more active, even though he's slowed down himself. I just don't think he's slowed down as much as Benavidez. But again, we know where he's at, right? We know where he's at. We don't really know where Benavidez is at. Was the last performance a fluke, bad performance, or has he just declined that much since the Crawford fight? And I also wanted to add that, like, I forget the name of the guy. I think his last name is Shiraz or something like that. He's a fighter out there in the UK. He knocked out Torres, right, who should have been given the decision against Benavidez Jr. So, and he's still like way young in his career, right, and knocked out Torres. So it's like, you know, it scares me. It scares me, you know. Either Benavidez is going to go out there and get clobbered, which I think is what's going to happen, or he's going to be able to put it together and finally allow that talent that he always had to shine through. I really hope he's rehabbed his leg. I really hope he's going to, you know, do what he can to at least make this a good fight. I don't think he'll give up. That's why I think this fight will be great. You're going to have to knock him out. He's going to go out on his shield like he did against Crawford. And that's why my prediction is a great fight. But I got to go with Danny Garcia. Late stoppage, you guys. I mean, just too much experience, a lot of power. And, you know, I kind of hope I'm wrong, right? Because Danny Garcia has already accomplished so much. He's already done so much. You know, I want to see a guy like Jose Benavidez Jr. finally get his flowers. I want to see him make it, but I just don't see it happening. It sucks, but, you know, Danny Garcia, late stoppage is my prediction. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. After you guys do that, be sure to like, subscribe, and join the channel. Help me build the only kickboxing promotion that matters. We're going to build it together from the ground up. And guys, it's already moved way up. We're going to the Commerce Casino again. We're back on September 3rd for FightersRep 15. The best fight card, I'm telling you guys, the best fight card you're ever going to watch. If you see our last fight, if you check out our highlights, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Support us by joining the channel, or by buying merch below, or with a super thanks, right? We just activated the super thanks down here. Anything you guys, you know, pay for or buy or purchase on this channel, I'm just reinvesting it right back into the promotion and giving these amazing fighters the opportunity to compete with your help. So, Knuckleheads, I look forward to hearing what you guys have to say about this. This is going to be a banger.